Yeah, John,
Yeah.
go for it. You shared some invaluable feedback just
Okay,
then.
so let's start with
Yeah.
the things I really like.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that it seems to me that you're using design thinking just with a few elements of systems thinking embedded into it, would, I think, do a better job of sitting in a high school curriculum
Yeah.
than just traditional design thinking, which is about making a product for an end user. And some of that systems, we're thinking about something that's a lot more complicated than a product. It's got lots of stakeholders, got to understand the conflicting interests of maybe 3, 4, 5 different stakeholders, and then we've got to find ways to share an idea, not a product. So I think that's really, really good, and I think helps kids to have a real world experience solving real world problems using skills that are useful when they leave school as an employer. I just think that model's a great model. How could we get a bit more out of it? I think if the kids came to today having spent a bit more time having thought about that, so to really enrich the geography curriculum, if these kids had known more in advance about the topic that they were studying, sustainable farming, say, for example, and had learnt, I don't know, maybe had half a dozen lessons where they were studying sustainable farming, so that when they came today going through their fast-paced sprints and stuff, they had access to more knowledge to come up with better quality ideas. That's probably the main thing. I think it's that a little bit more front-loading at school. And what this does is it provides you with an authentic experience that gives real meaning and value to that classwork leading up and makes that classwork leading up really exciting. But it also makes, when you come to this day, you've got a greater depth of knowledge because you've really prepped for it. That's probably the only thing I think it just bring more when you come on the day. It's a great day though.
Great. Thank you for that. Now, in terms of the finals, what we are thinking from here, those who are invited to be finalists, they'll submit everyone will submit their submission today.
Yeah.
The digital copy of that will go to the judges in advance. The judges will have seen it. On the day, it's really about interacting with the team and finding what is the confidence and passion with which they present their idea to the judges. And then while we say there's winners, but really there's no losers, because as I was pointing out, the capacity of Rotary to take up an idea and implement it is many fold than the size of this challenge program. So even though an idea may not make it to the finals for paucity of space, that doesn't mean Rotary can't or won't implement it. So with that context, what do you think would be a good way to position the finals? We'd love for kids to come and present there, for their families to come and watch how their kids did in front of famous judges, but not scary judges. So we're not trying to scare them. It's a very enabling environment.
One of the things I like about it is it's a real world audience. And the fact that it is a bit scary, it could be too scary, but it's what motivates kids to go through and do quality work is, I'm going to be sharing this with people who really know something about that. I think that's you often at school you work on something and you share it to the kid in the table next to you. This is not my idea. Is a really important idea, and it's important that it's quality. And I don't want to get up in front of these 500 people and share some half-baked idea. So that's one of the authenticity of the task is that's a real audience, not a fake one. I think that's super important. I think maybe, and I've only been thinking this since talking to you today, is if a group from my school was selected, I think I'd want to spend a bit of time working on pitching for them. Because I think when you come to the conference, you've already got your idea. It's about how can I communicate this well and make it appealing to a wide group of people where I've probably got, I'm guessing you've got about 3 minutes or so or something like that to persuade your judges this is a good idea. Would that be right?
That order of
Okay, so I think get some coaching in a 3-minute pitch. That'd be a pretty good thing to do between now and the final on the 22nd.
Great. Thanks, John.
No worries.
Great to talk.